All right, here we are in Alaska, smoking salmon, Copper River Reds. We're about 2.5, 3 hours into our smoke. We're smoking with cherry wood chips, and we're about to brine them. It's about 33 degrees outside. Oh, and look at that. So, we got a sweet little brine recipe. You can see it on my uploads on my website if you check those out. And then we'll give you the secret to this wicked brine. But if you have ever smoked salmon, you'll find that sometimes you over smoke them. That's because your shit's too hot. You need to cool it down. Sometimes in the summertime, I've had to cover it up with aluminum foil, wet the wood chips. It's a fucking nightmare trying to control your shit in winter. But as you can see, at 30 degrees, this shit's good. So you might want to save your smoking for winter, like I do. It's the only way it's going to turn out good. And we're basing this every, I don't know, hour and a half or so. And like I said, we're 3 hours into the smoke, and these things still just get all the texture, color, everything that you want out of your smoked salmon. So we're gonna continue this for, I don't know, maybe about 2.5 more hours. Anyway, seriously, we will. And then we'll take them off and let them cool down and give them a taste test and see how it goes. But anybody, actually nobody is probably gonna ever watch this, but anybody that's ever had smoked salmon or tried to make smoked salmon or like smoked salmon is gonna look at this shit and realize it's pretty much, I don't know, like if we were running, this would be the Usain Bolt. If we were snowboarding, this would be Shaun White, like back in his prime time, of course. If we were motocrossing, this would probably be Dungy. Like, this shit is creme de la creme smoked salmon. And it's the Alaskan way. Also, we make some pretty wicked beef jerky. I say we because my wife is a huge benefactor to the greatness of all these recipes. Couldn't do without her. So, like I said, base this shit every hour and a half ish. Don't over base, like don't keep it wet, let it tack up before you do it again, but keep it cool. You don't want to get hot. And this is just a big chief smoker. I mean, this is nothing fancy. I've had the same smoker for, I don't even know. I've had the same smoker for almost 10 years, I guess. But, you gotta stick with what works, and this shit's working out pretty well. So, like I said, down at the bottom of my page, that's where you find out what kind of recipe. I actually have nothing down at the bottom anywhere. I don't even know how to do that, if you want to know the honest to God truth. But what I do know how to do is make some badass smoked salmon. And like I said, Copper River Reds, you can't get a better fish to make smoked salmon out of, or period, just eat. They're the greatest thing on earth. And that's what we do. We go up to Chitina, down to Chitina from where I live, and we pull a whole bunch of Copper River Reds out of the river.
And thanks to your badass wife, this might be the best smoked salmon you've ever done.
Like I said,
time will tell.
I always give my props up to the chef. I just kind of do the legwork on all this because, well, that's my job. You got to go get the fish. You got to come home. You got to do all the brining. Oh, and down there at the bottom also there's a not a brining thing also because I don't have nothing at the bottom.
Okay.
But
and
no, we're not. We're almost there. So another thing the one thing. All right, so you got all your shit all back up. Oh, so take your pan and stir it. Get this thing super smoky. Usually, every time I like to stir it up, then I'll add some fresh wood chips into it. That'll do a couple things. One, it's gonna put a whole fucking ton of flavor into it. And two, it's gonna cool it down. Because you don't want to smoke your fish hot. If you smoke your fish hot, you'll start getting a bunch of waste shit coming out on top of them. They got a fancy word for it. I have no idea what it is, but you don't want that because it dries your fish out. So, and these are actually wetted down a little bit. So let's keep them smoking. Good luck when you try.